one of the beauties of having a new season rugby league is that every single club, supporters, team, and everything, they're super excited for it. Everyone reckons they're going to go out and win the comp, that sort of thing. And this is our year if you're a Warriors fan. But I'm here to tell you right now, the 2023 Bulldogs are overhyped. Look, I can admit that their squad looks a lot better than it has in previous years, but we hear the same story every single year with the Dogs, and I mean, it's because the Doggies fans are so passionate, and you got to give them credit for that. They're probably one of the best fan bases in the comp, and rugby league would probably be better for it if there was more fan bases like the Doggies fans. But man, they got to settle down. There's so many question marks surrounding this team. For me, I just went through and listed a couple, while I was sitting here. There might be too many new signings. Now, that sounds a bit funny, but in terms of gelling, there's just so many people that have got to gel. You've got a new coach with a new system, but you've also got Avarillo's potentially moving to centres, but Reid Marnie, how's he going to, a coach coming in, and you got William Kickout as well. Those are two guys that, they've been at pretty good systems, and the Dogs are now trying to rebuild their system. It seems like it's okay. They're taking the right steps, but we haven't seen Kickout play outside of the Panther system, which we know is so good. And same with Reid Marnie. We haven't seen him in first grade outside of Para, so we actually don't know how they're going to play. They might rock up and just not be the player we thought they were. I really don't think it's going to happen, but you've also got Cameron Ciraldo is your new coach. And while he has been back to the nines about how good he is and that sort of thing, multiple clubs are after him, he's also unproven. He's never actually coached in first grade apart from apart from when he was the caretaker manager or coach or whatever when Anthony Griffin got the sack at Penrith. But even still, okay, what I want to say is that the same thing happened last year at the Bulldogs. It was, we're bringing in a Penrith assistant coach, Trent Barrett. We've got awesome new signings, Addo Carr and Matt Burton. What happened? They started terribly and the end of the season well, which is what's happened the last few years, apart from that season they got the wooden spoon. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't know if the Doggies are making finals this season. I don't see it. I think maybe 2024 is the year they come back and make the finals, but the comp is so strong between 6th and 12th this year that I don't know if the Doggies make it. I'd love for the Doggies to make it, but unfortunately don't see it happening for you guys. And another question mark that is sort of around the Doggies, who's the 7? They don't have enough money now to go out and buy one, otherwise they probably would have already got Mitch Moses' signature by now. But so you've got Kyle Flanagan, who was there last season and hasn't really, impressed that much over throughout the course of his career. And then you've got young bloke Khalid Rajab, who was really good for Lebanon in the World Cup and has shown glimpses of being good. But is he first grade standard? Is he finals footy standard just yet? Josh Reynolds has just got a top 30 contract, so is he the guy that you want to put in number 7? I know he's impressed and he's a Doggies man through and through. Is that what the direction is? Or is it Carla Lapu? Do you say, stuff it, let's just chuck him in there, sink or swim? And because he's an unbelievable talent, and we've seen 18-year-olds recently is Nathan Cleary coming into the comp and impressing. So is he the guy they go through 7? So you've got 3 or 4 very different players all right there that could come in and play 7. You push Burton to the 7 and bring in someone else in 6. What is the go? What are you doing? And I definitely have my doubts over the Bulldogs and a little bit concerned, if I'm honest. In saying all of that though, the work that Gus Gould has done since he's come back into that club has been phenomenal. It's basically, you sign Gus, you win. The poor old Warriors looking at how they let Gus go would be kicking themselves. But they're taking the right steps. I know Willie Mason's there as an assistant coach. Cameron Ciraldo is touted as one of the best coaches coming through. You've also got, I think, who else is there? I know they've got other club legends there that are working with them. So the Doggies culture, Andrew Ryan, there you go. The Doggies culture is coming back. And that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to take more than one preseason with them all there. I think it's going to take 2 or 3 years. The Doggies have made the grand final every decade since the 70s, where in the year ending in 4. So 2014, 2004, 1994, 1984, and 1974. I'm pretty sure is how far it goes back. It's ridiculous. So there's omens there for next year if they make the finals, but. Look, I'm saying all of this we saw last season the Cowboys jump from second last all the way up to the top 4, and then the year before I think there was another team that jumped up into the top 8. It's happened. It has happened before. I was reading a post today actually by RL since 1908. So if you're on Instagram, go follow him. And it was saying 2016 Sharks, 2011 Roosters, 2009 Dogs maybe. There was 4 teams that had a massive signing spree that jumped them up from the bottom of the ladder into the top 8. So the Doggies could be that next team. There's nothing to say they won't be. I kind of hope they do, because the Doggies fans deserve it. They've been put through the absolute ringer. But I'm being a bit pessimistic, and I don't know. I don't think this is the year.